is just how time and music coalesce, how time is so, fundamental element to music, because without time, music couldn't exist. In the same way, music couldn't exist without sound. And we concentrate a lot on sound, but sometimes we don't think about time in the same way. And I'm talking about in Raga music. So how do we link up time, rhythm, silence in the whole experience of Raga music?
Yeah. So
Is time only one thing? Is it linear? Is it cyclic? Is it both? Is time our experience of time and the chronology of time, the measurement of time? How do these things work in music, in Raga music, which from your experience?
We have to first think that whether time is there or not, the human construct or not.
And how do we define time? What is it? Is it? Is it?
It's an event.
Is it a flow, or is it?
It's a flow. Yeah, there are two, three interpretations. One is there's a constant flow of time. The other is unless there is an event, there is no time. Somebody in space, black space, if there's no event is happening, then if there has to be change. Time means you have to change. So so time is a fourth dimension. We all know in terms of what we the physics or whatever you say. So this is a concept, primarily a concept. You can't, and this absolutely connect with the unless there is an event, there is no time. So yeah, there has to be event, and in the universe, in the total space, I would say, I mean, where there is no matter, then maybe there is no time. Yeah, so that way, time may be a human construct. Second, as you said, that's this overflowing. So started from minus infinity to going towards plus infinity. So time is infinite and like that, and within that time, we are the events are happening. Music is within this time, so definitely it's directly connect with music, including the timelessness. So timelessness in music, I mean, we consider is very important happening when you forget time. So you don't sense time. It is very important, Then we call it, and this is really good music. So we absorbed in music.
Time stands still.
Time, you see,
in the experience of
experience, yeah, we don't feel time, and this happens to anything, because supposing we have been in the last recording, we talked for some time, and we didn't feel the time. So whenever you are engaged in something, you don't feel time. At the same time, when you are engaged in listening, and you are, you forget time, there is good music, and that is what Pandit Buddha Das Gupta told me. I mean, he also gave it a similar, I played a concert, big concert with Shankar, Pandit Shankar Ghosh. And he said, and I asked that, how was the concert? You played well, I mean, it's good. But what is good music after all? What is good music? Well, I had been to Marble Palace to listen to Ravi Shankar. He was not a fan of Pandit Ravi Shankar, Buddha, but even then. And he was playing Dalbari Kamara. And I thought it must be, 10 minutes. So I look at my watch, and it was 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Wow.
So that was good music. That you forget time. So that was in a long time back, once. So yeah, I just remembered him incidentally. So timelessness absolutely happened when you were engaged in music.
And when the performance is really not so good, do you feel that time has a stronger presence?
Yeah, stronger presence. It happens.
Yeah. Well, when's it going to finish?
Yeah. That is why if someone receives a death sentence, then time even becomes very, very long. and if you're frustrated, the time will be maybe longer.
Yeah.
So this is the time. Our measure of time, our minute, second, and day, and month and year, these are all human constants.
Yeah.
But actually, if you feel, if you take time as a dimension,
Mm.
then the speed of time changes
Mm.
as as a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And for good music, you don't feel time. Or
Mm.
if you don't like the music,
Mm.
the time will be elongated, and this is
Exactly.
longer.
That's it. So the experience of time and the chronology or the
And
measurement.
chronology is another point. Chronology is another point that in the past and this way, and how the
Yeah.
of course in the music single performance
Yeah.
also there can be chronological descents, but
Exactly.
also in the tradition there can be chronology, and
Yeah.
how music flowed and how music changes, how the dynamics in music work, that can be chronologically
Yeah.
analyzed or thought about.
Exactly. So both of those things are sort of more on the linear side, like, the experience of time, like you said, you remember starting to listen to the music, and then, then you came to a time where you looked at your watch. So it's a linear thing, in terms of time. But there's the other aspect of time and
Cycling.
the cycles,
Yeah, because when there are repetition, there will be cycling.
And then when you start to look at cycles, then you're looking
Or
at,
same thing will come again. Yeah, what else?
so then the rhythm, there's
That is a Thala cycle. Yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
but it can be cycles and other things in terms of bigger structures as well. Ideas can come back to the
Yes,
interceptual
yes, of course,
as
yes.
well.
And also you have silsila. So
Yeah,
you have done one rag with Alab Jor Jhala, you
yeah,
have done the third rag with Alab Jor Jhala, then
yeah,
you also, I mean, redoing the cycle.
yeah,
Because our silsila is a traditional silsila for one tradition usually stays same.
yeah.
Of course, you can change, but major points will be similar.
Exactly. So that means that also there's a background time in the sense of the whole structure of the performance.
Mhm.
But then within that, there's things in the middle, which is like
Yes,
in
yes,
the,
yes.
in the Nibad section where the cycles are going on. So that's like a middle ground. And then you have, the foreground with rhythmic patterns and chuns and things
Sure,
like that.
sure.
So there's like
Three different levels.
three different levels at least, I think.
At least there can be more.
Yeah,
There can be much more, many more. Yeah.
yeah. So do you think, when you said, you lost track of time, when you heard Pandit Ravi Shankar, is it, can we think maybe it's because those three levels became one, or there was no clear differentiation between, in your experience of it, they flowed together so beautifully that you got lost in the flow of that time? Is that?
So I don't know because I don't know the answer
Yeah.
because I understand that when I get engaged in music, it
Mm.
means uh, I also participate with the music.
Yeah.
So as I go on participating with the music,
Mm.
I forget time. That is the main thing. So the audience is also working with the music.
Mm.
It's not the music itself flowing, one way flow. It's not that.
Mm.
Is the audience is absorbing the music and then well, I'd say the resonating with the music and
Mm.
the music and the audience or the music and the audience
Mm.
becoming a single entity, single
Unified,
one, unified.
unified,
Yeah.
yeah.
So then you forget the time.
Okay. So time is, discussed in this way, but the relationship of rhythm and how it plays with time. Is it, can it, how do we think about rhythm and time together? What is the connection between the two?
But which time? Rhythm and time. But I mean here, which time? If you say hour, second, minute, and that can be measured like that.
Mm.
But rhythm or rhythmic cycle, uh, it is under the time thing.
Thing,
But
yeah.
uh, I don't have the straight answer to it. Well, how you connect the time is automatically connected with time.
Okay, so let me maybe add an extra element to that too. So there's different qualities of rhythm, isn't it? In people's, say, in the performance of music, some people play like Kansab, his sense of rhythm, I guess the sense of rhythm.
Oh, is this application of
the application of
linearity? You say linearity.
So then you've got that, but then you know, on the opposite extreme, we'll say very mechanical. It can be a very mechanical approach to rhythm where it's all, and then there can be one which is more playful.
Yeah, that is there. That is there, of course, there, because you see, you have a basic rhythm, and Indian music that is also not metronomic.
Exactly.
That is not metronomic because we take the natural path. You know how it is about the same, but may not be the same. It will depend on your musical thoughts you are running, you know. So that can din da da din da na na din da da din da din da din da din da din da. So it's not tak 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 tak. No.
And as soon as you started reciting that, what happened was your body started moving. And you're dancing, you know, so there's some connection with that, the body.
Yeah, because we go with natural. Also, our notes are like that. So the point is, in case of who's, I mean, Laidar, we call it Laidar, you know, very strong in Lai, and who plays with Lai, Ravi Shankar ji, Ali Khan Sahib, this kind of people, maybe Kishan Maharaj ji, Saukat Ali Khan Sahib here in Kolkata. And there are many, Zakir Hussain, for example, or all the South Indian, this thing, drummers. So, you have a basic matras, right? Basic and
but what is a matra?
There's a matra means, you know, the cycle. We go with the cycle, right?
Yeah.
So 16 matra cycle, 16-beat cycle. Yeah. The matra is beat in terms of beat, I could say. But
Tintal has 16 matras, right?
Right.
But the full cycle has 17 beats.
No. No, what is a matra? Yeah. There's a, so but this is no. This I will tell you. Yeah. Matra is a duration. Matra is duration. There are 17 points. But so first point to second point is one matra. Second point to third point is one second matra.
So the matra is the thing that keeps the beats apart. It's a thing.
You can say that. Yeah, you can say the beats apart, and there's a duration of time. You know,
exactly.
Between 2 points. So 2 points doesn't have any dimension.
Exactly.
So you have 17 points.
Yes.
But 16 gaps.
Yes.
16 gaps.
Exactly.
So so you have a space, right?
Yeah.
So you can, a good ladder can take one matra or more matras and play with that time space. Understand? So that may be directly, I mean, I would say, I mean, exactly mathematical, say one can go to twice the speed, one can go 3 times the speed, one can go 1.5, 1.25, that. Other is that you take, say, 3 matras and you do it as you like, as a serve.
Yeah.
And do it. That is like that. Or Aliyo Khansa, for example, he was, I think he was, I call him like a batra. I mean, I never heard anybody, any instrumentalist ever said, Tabliya maybe, amazing. I mean, I have seen top names, I mean, extreme leather, that person is also extreme leather. Just missed the Tintal Teka, you know, Tintal Teka, he made it 12 matra, 4 matras, he forgot, because he was so focused on keeping the rhythm. So, and I validated my concept with Bulbul, the Shapan Chaudhary. I said that, Sanjay, you are thinking correctly, because he's the person who can validate what Aliyo Khansa used to do, right? Yeah. So, Aliyo Khansa could take basic rhythm from any point. Means, let me explain. Supposing he is playing, he could play, one time the same lie, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5. Then you could, and many musician can do that. Yeah. But supposing he's playing in 3 times, then he thinks that okay, let me do 1.5 times the area from this, 1.5 times from this. You'll do that. So what's happening? 3 into 3 by 2, 9 by 2. Okay. Then again think, okay, fine. If the speed permits, say supposing he was to 2.5 high gun on this 2.5. Supposing the hand goes, he didn't connect with the bass line, take a no. Then he will take that bass line and go 2.5. So that will 9.9 by 2 into 2.5, 18 by 10. So this is, and for tabla player, it was, I mean, if you wish to keep the bass rhythm, it is very difficult. But he can, ride on the line,
Exactly.
So I haven't find a second musician who can do that. Man, I never, at least to my understanding, I never heard anybody doing that. Another example I must tell you, this is a very good metaphor. Because that is why I am taking Saukali Khan Saab's name. Saukali Khan Saab was not as famous tabla player like this Allah Khan or Karamat Khan Saab or Budai Maharaj or these people, Kishan Maharaj, But once, Bablu, Siddhartha, Bablu said, my Ustad is, he used to, you don't know, Anil actually his son, you don't know. Anyways,
Anubrata.
Huh?
Anubrata?
No, Anubrata, no. Bablu is a different person. Anubrata is Anil's son. No, I mean, in his lesson, we used to have Vistar, a concert, not Vistar, sorry, Muhammad Amir Khan School of Instrumental Music. They used to organize concerts, So they invited, that's my Ustadji's thing, Pandit Ravi Shankar. They invited Sagat Ali Khan Sahab. So he came and started, and what's his name? His son was on the harmonium. He used to sing. He is no more. He used to sing. And he was keeping the nagma. And he chose 5.5 matra. Good enough, and a good like that. He will play 5.5 matra words there. Anybody can play. He was also playing. Was nothing special in that. And he was a good ustad, right? A good performer. Very good. Then he was doing this and that and this and that, lot of things. Then suddenly he asked Guruji, Ustadji, कैसा जा रहा है राधु बाबू? मतलब how is it going? What do you think? तो ustadji said, खान साहब अच्छा है, लेकिन 3 ताल में जो मजा है ना, वो मजा बड़ा मुश्किल है. You understand? I mean, 3 ताल is so beautiful, but that type of, you can't get that kind of pleasure in other talas. This Khan साहब said, Kran, Sahi Farmaya Radhu Babu, you told correctly. Then, da, na, within 5.5. With 5.5, the basic line is going on 5.5. Then he went on playing another half an hour, 45 minutes. Say, this is, you listen to, this is Masjid Khan Saab's composition. This is Masjid Khan Saab Antinta. Got. And I thought this way, I also composed on the basis of this and that. He went on playing and Gat and Tukra, what not. And Bichari, his son, was facing the music. But you see that's he's going, you see 5.5 over 16. Just believe how it's got connected. Over that, he's going 2 times, 3 times, Zedia, whatever. So this is surfing. This is surfing over the land.
Totally. And it's like then, all those mantras dissolve and it just becomes the gap between some and some, isn't it? And you can put things on top of it. And
also here it is mathematically correct. And here, 5.5, fixed 16, and then the rest were pre-programmed. The
Yeah.
compositions, the
Yeah.
Gharanada composition,
Yeah. Yeah.
traditional composition, those are fixed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he was playing all the Tintal compositions
Yeah.
on 5.5 matras. So
On that gap,
on that gap.
that 5.5 matras.
That is okay, but the sun was doing it 5.5.
Yeah, 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 exactly, exactly. So, that brings the question about the calculation, the mathematics of it. But as you say, with surfing, it's about the feel. It's something else. It's a bodily
Yeah, of course.
feel.
You can't do it with mathematics.
You
I
can,
may not be. If you really analyze that, using Pratt and what was
yeah,
after,
yeah.
it may not be that accurate. But it worked. It worked.
Absolutely. So maybe do you think the mathematics are important at the beginning, and then you forget the mathematics and you
Well,
just
you can go over
feel it,
mathematics.
and you
Mathematics.
feel it, and you feel it
Yeah. Because
eventually.
I mean, in actual performance, mathematics will not work.
Yeah.
Because mathematics is a guiding, is good for beginners.
Yeah.
But later, you have to put in expressions. Expression will not exactly follow the mathematics.
Yeah.
It was somewhat like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So like you almost have to dance the rhythm.
Yeah, you have to dance with the rhythm.
Yeah. Okay. So going back to the whole thing of time, then it exists on multiple levels. It's not,
Absolutely.
and time enables rhythm to happen, and time can enable rhythm to happen in a linear way. It's in terms of a chant, and it can happen in a cyclical way in terms of the tail coming back to some all the time. So there's a dance
It's a combination,
between the two going on all the time, and so does that enhance?
There can be layers too, simultaneous.
Yes, and the foreground, background, as we say. So time is a multi-dimensional element that rhythm enables the body to be involved in time as a feel.
And then bringing it timelessness in this.
Exactly. But then there's a thing of the timelessness where it's not the body, where you forget it in your body, and you get lost in it.
You unite with the whole thing.
Exactly.
With the system, with the nature.
The system, and then you're outside of time. It becomes formless in a sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Nice.
Thank you.